centered between my toes. And you would reach back, the cartridge box,
Yeah, second.
pull out a cartridge.
Yeah, second command would be handle cartridge.
Handle cartridge, and bring it up and put it in your mouth.
Yeah, this is
The tail of the cartridge will go in your mouth.
This is an important piece of equipment that an infantry soldier needed, was teeth.
Yeah, your medical examination, you had to have at least 2 teeth in the front that met in order to be able to operate the rifles.
And then the next command would be tear cartridge.
Tear the tail off, spit it out, and hold the cartridge right here. The bullet will be pointing downward in that cartridge. Be a paper wrap. You have a copy cartridge there? Yeah. Would be a copy cartridge like that. Bullet would be in the bottom, measured powder would be on top, and then you would have this paper tail. You would have 40 of these all lined up in this box. You take one of these, you pick it up, this tail, rip it off with your teeth, put it here, dump that down the barrel.
Yeah, the next command would be to charge cartridge.
Charge cartridge is you dump the powder down the barrel, put your thumb on the end of the bullet, push that bullet down until it seats in the rifle. You want to make sure that it's point up in the rifle. You push that down with your thumb. You leave a little bit of the paper in there, it would act as a patch.
Yeah, it'd actually be in there just like that.
Slightly pop your ramrod up after you dump that in.
But some rounds are actually made like this with the bullet on the outside. Okay, the next command would be to draw rammer.
Turn your hand with your thumb down. Band locked out. And draw the rammer. Got it with your thumb.
Okay, ram cartridge. And make sure that bullet goes all the way down. And every little tiny step that he's doing is in the manuals. It gives you detailed descriptions on how, like the way he's holding his hand. Okay, return rammer.
Over the right shoulder. Got it with your thumb. Pinky. First joint of the pinky. Brings it right down. Like that, so that you're not over the barrel. You're right here on this side. Then you put your hand here. Drop your left hand low.
Okay, prime.
The shoulder first, and then prime, you would go to this position, you would turn slightly back, bring your right foot back at a bit of an angle, bring the weapon level, below the cap box, you pull the hammer back.
To your left, that way the rifle's pointing that way. If you do this all for safety,
I'm going overhead here. I'm going way overhead, yep.
I trust you.
You come to the left, you would pull the hammer back 1 click. You have 2 clicks. You got 1, 2. The first click is called half cock. You've heard you're going off half cocked. When I do that half cock, and I pull the trigger, the hammer should not fall. If I take my hand and hit that hammer, it should not fall. It should be locked in position. This is what kept it from going off accidentally. You would then go to your cap box, and prime, you would take one of these little caps and you would push it down over the cone of the rifle. Once you did that, you would go back to that position, turn, I should turn this way.
Yeah, so like I said, we treat these things as if they are loaded. But we get into the habit of this, and those soldiers had to do that back then too. They had to go through this over and over and over that it becomes second nature. Like with us, when we put those ramrods back, yeah, we put it back in there and we just push it right down with our finger without thinking. And it's very important that those ramrods go back in that weapon, because if you stick it in the ground and you go to fire, or suddenly your position gets overrun by your opponent, you take off running, you just left that behind. Now you only got 1 shot out of that rifle. Your only other choice, bayonet or swing for the fences.
Whoa.
So
in some cases,
at that point it would be fully loaded and capped. It would be basically at this point ready to fire.
Yeah, then you can let that thing sit. You can march, whatnot, you can go for days without even firing that thing. That rifle will still be ready to go.
As long as it doesn't get wet.
Yeah, as long
as you don't get rain down it, because with a live round in there, if it were to get wet and you were to secure arms, the bullet would keep the powder from coming out of there. So now by having it muzzled down, if it's raining, water's not going to go down in the muzzle. The caps are an improvement over flintlocks, because the flintlocks, the powder in the priming pan would get wet. These generally will work unless they're really completely soaked. So So you would hold it like that in the rain.
Now the way we would have done it, like say for the southern guys, there's different ways on how they learn. There's like Hardy's tactics, Casey's, and what was it, one more?
Hardy's, Casey's, Scott's, Greg's was cavalry.
Yeah, then we would have had ours on the secure arm on the left. He did his on the right. So it's like different armies, different tactics, different training. Now if they were ready to fire and all that, what we'll do is we'll have all of you get up and join Mike here.
Uh-oh.